No. Do I think you should be honest with yourself? Yeah.
So hi guys, I hope that you guys are doing pretty well. So if it's your first time watching one of my videos, so I wanted to tell you that my name is Sam and I go to Royal College. I'm a biomedical engineering student, and the thing that I do right now is scribing. So I'm a medical scribe, so I work with different providers, and the thing that I help them do is take notes and do charts or make charts, and yeah, so my job is pretty much I go to the room with them and make sure that I get the most out of every session, and kind of like structure everything in a way so that they can build everything. So yeah, today I wanted to start a special kind of content because I've been thinking about it a lot, and I also wanted to talk about the topic as well, but I did not start because I was afraid of it, and I thought at some point that this kind of content was not something that I can do. So I wanted to challenge myself. I want to challenge myself, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going to start the content before the day that I plan on starting it, which was next month. So I'm going to be starting today. So the content that I'm going to be starting is reacting to I quit medicine type of videos, because I've seen that there is a lot of videos like this, and each time that those people quit medicine or say that they quit medicine, they have some really good reasons and also other reasons that are pretty interesting, and I would like to go over them and kind of like learn something out of it, and probably by sharing my thoughts or analyzing, you guys will learn something along the way. So my purpose is not to criticize or denigrate anybody. So my purpose is going on video and give my honest thoughts and the way that I think, and it's not because I think one way that the thing that I said, or maybe the way that I think is the only, or maybe like the way that you need to think or you have to think. So it's gonna be my personal thought. I'm not denigrating anybody, and I'm not talking down to nobody, because everybody has their own reason why they are doing stuff every day. So I'm just gonna be analyzing and also bring honest output and thoughts on the subject. So let's go. So today we're gonna be talking about a special video that I've seen on my page earlier, and it's from a really small channel, and she has not been posting since 1 year, and her name is one moment, let me look it up. The name of the channel is Call Me Shani, and she only has 3 videos. So she looks like somebody who's in her 20s, and she was in medical school, and apparently she is not anymore. I have not watched the video yet because I wanted to go and not explain the video, but analyze the video like in real time or with you guys, instead of watching the video and then reacting to it. So I have not watched the video yet, so I'm gonna be watching the video with you guys. And she looks like somebody who is on her 20s, and she was in medical school and then she quit. So the thing that she's doing right now, or not, it's not something that I know, because the Instagram account that she did link on her account, YouTube account, is not working. So I've tried multiple accounts that she put on the description section, the YouTube section, and also on some videos. They did not work. So apparently she probably deactivate or deleted those accounts, or she has a more personal account. But yeah, I have not been able to follow up with her. And the last video that she posted was in 2023, 1 year ago, and she was doing pretty good. She's really into fashion vlogging, and she has 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, so on one of her videos, the last videos that she posted, so I heard that she is a fashion designer student in Milan. That's what I heard. But so I'm not telling you that's what she's doing right now, but that's what I've heard. Probably she's changed, or probably she was just joking about it. And yeah, so I do not know. So I just wanted to give you guys a little background about who she is and what she might be doing right now. So we're gonna start into the video, so let's go and do it right now.
I recently decided to quit my degree. I thought my passion was working with kids as a doctor, but after 2 years of medical school, I've come to realize that I was not only lying to everyone around me, I was lying to myself. So let's start with how I started deciding about medicine. My dad is a doctor, so I always knew that it was a good profession. He's very, very happy with his job. He loves it so much. He comes to work and he's just happy. Like, he comes back from work and he's just so satisfied with his job. So when in high school I did biology, chemistry, I always...
So this is a kind of thing that I'm not gonna say most pre-meds go through or a bunch of pre-med goes to, but I'll say I do know quite a good amount of pre-meds will go through these things, and they will go through like the whole process and then finally realize that this is not something that they need to do, but they really want to do, because they've been biased because they know somebody who is doing it, but because they really like the person who's currently doing it, the doctor, or they have a family member, they have friends that they really like and they really respect, and for those reasons they also want to become a doctor, not because they have any personal reason, but just because they know the person and they respect it, and that's the reason why they want to become a doctor. Is that a bad reason why to get into medicine? I personally not gonna say that it's a bad reason to get into medicine. You might be interested into medicine for those reasons, but those reasons are not gonna be a reason why you will keep going every day, or you will keep doing everything that you have to do, which is pretty much has keep going every day. So you will have to wake up every day early in the morning and do the work. You're not gonna wake up every day and do the work because you know somebody and you respect them, and because you respect them you will do what you have to do. So it's not because of that you're gonna do the work. So you're gonna do the work because of personal reason. So those reasons are not deep enough, they are not personal enough for you to actually stick to it and do what you have to do. So I'm really happy that she realized that she was not doing it for her, and she actually decided to do something about it instead of going through the whole thing and then realized that no, right now I'm really not doing it and I do not like it. So yeah, we're gonna keep watching.
I'm gonna be just like my dad, I'm gonna study medicine. And my mom's a ballerina, and when I said I want to be a ballerina, she was like, there is no way in hell you, sweetie, are gonna be a ballerina. So I never went. And the other option for me was a doctor, because that's what I believed was really good, and then I'll be happy. So I started knowing that my passion was working with kids and being with people and working around people and creating something. And I thought maybe somewhere in this huge world of medicine, I will be able to find myself. But I also did know...
See, that's another thing. So the fact that she doesn't have a personal reason or reason deep enough to actually pursue medicine and stay to it, kind of make her open to everything, which might be related to what it is she's looking for, which is her passion working with children. So she probably said that I would go into medicine and become a peds, or I will go into medicine and find something, but I'll be happy with anything as long as I'm working with children. She might later realize that she doesn't really like children in those kind of settings. So there is a lot that comes into this, and I will just let her talk about it instead of cutting her right now.
I hated science. Hated it more than I can describe. I did.
And I'm sorry, medicine is not one of those things, or maybe one of those fields where you will hate something and you'll be pretty much good because you can decide not to do it. So if you hate science, that can already be a red flag or a sign telling you that maybe medicine it's not something for you, because it does involve a lot of science, it does involve a lot of stuff all related to science that you need to know. It does have human interaction, human contact, of course, but science is really heavy and it's gonna be part of any field that you will get yourself into. So if you do hate science, don't take it as a no or like the one reason why I shouldn't pursue medicine. You might hate science because of a negative experience that you had with a specific subject, and probably if you do get yourself another teacher for the subject that you were struggling with or you struggle with, you will end up liking it. But that's one of the reasons why I'm telling you, because you hate science shouldn't be a reason why you shouldn't be pursuing medicine. But yeah, be open about it and listen to yourself. You hate science, medicine is not a no for you, but know that science will be pretty heavy if you choose to go to medicine.
Not like biology, I did not like chemistry, I did not like physics, I did not like any type of science whatsoever, and that is a huge red flag. Huge, ginormous, the biggest red
That's what I was talking about.
flag out of this story. If you don't like science, you should reconsider. This whole process is so packed with science that it's basically impossible to go through it not liking science. So my true inspiration in life was always to be an artist, but I was always told that it's not a profession and you can't make money with it and you'll just be living on the streets. So I was like,
see, that's one of the things that I'm not okay with. Like somebody telling you, hey, I want to become an artist, and you stood up telling them, hey, you're not gonna make a living out of it, is really bad. And it falls because with social media we've come to realize that we can make a living almost out of anything. And I'm not telling you that to go do bad stuff and get a living, maybe do a living out of it, but I'm telling you that if you like art, maybe you like she said art, right? So if you have like a creative mind and you really like art, so you can do a living out of it. So right now, the thing that will be really important is going to be the time that you will invest in it. So are you going to spend the time to become better at it and create an audience or maybe a group of people that will follow you and that will love your art and that will help you to make a living out of it? Or you're just going to be one of those people who will just keep creating and do not do anything about them and do not show them to people, and later will go and tell other people who will also be interested in art that art is not something that they can do. I'm sorry about my strong accent because it does sound like I'm saying art, but it's the way that I pronounce it. So if you're really willing to put the work and do as much as possible and improve yourself and create an audience and have a group of people who will be pretty happy to support you and follow you, so you can of course do a living out of it. So it's gonna be based on how you do it and how much time you invest in it.
I'm gonna listen to these people around me. I'm just gonna stop and not do anything creative. I'm just gonna go and focus and be the best doctor, medical student ever. Okay, so I did my best. I got into medical school. Once I started,
she's really brave and she's really smart, because if you do get into medical school, you're smart.
Medical school, I wasn't enjoying.
I'm not saying that you're not smart if you do not get into medical school, but I'm saying if you went that far in the process knowing that you do not like science, yes, you're smart.
But I also didn't think you were supposed to enjoy it. You know, we had fun, but it's like your whole day, your mind is focused on, I have to get these exams. I have to get this knowledge into my head. So I started medical school and I was doing it.
I'm sorry, I wanted to clarify. So she make it sounds like that's the way that every pre-med or maybe medical student, it must be medical student think, but I can assure you that this is not the way that everybody thinks, and everybody has their own way that they experience stuff and they go through life. So of course there's people who will pretty much think like this, and we will also have the exam mindset, which is I'm gonna take this exam and then I will take the other one and then I'll be done. so I can do everything that I want, and then I will take the exam. But you also have people who are genuinely passionate into the field and who really like what they're doing, and the mindset is completely different from what she just depicted. So just wanted to tell you guys, if you're interested into medicine, so you do not have to necessarily think like the way that she described, but just know that some people in the field, or maybe some people in the journey, they do think this way. So it's not like the way that you should be thinking.
As everyone else, and I was struggling like everyone else, because this is medical school. If you're struggling, it's normal. You know, it's normalized.
No, if you're struggling, it's not normal, and it should not also be something that we normalize, because if you're struggling, it just means that you might either be doing something bad and you need help, or you're just starting doing something and you're taking time to get used to it. So you actually need to take a step back and ask yourself questions about it, and be honest with yourself, genuine with yourself, to actually know where you want on the journey. So if you're struggling, it's not normal. It might be hard for a little bit because you are getting used to it, but making struggling as something that you necessarily have to go through is not normal.
The struggle, it's normalized to not sleep. It's normalized.
Nope. I'm not gonna be normalizing not sleeping. There's something that I used to do, but right now I'm really not, because I did see the power of me sleeping and the power of me not sleeping, and what it did resulted when I did not sleep. So I'm really not gonna be promoting this.
To suffer from mental health, because you're just working so hard all the time, and you're supposed to, because this is what it takes to become a good doctor. So you start
It does take a lot. Yes, it does take a lot, and I'll be a lie if I said I do not take a lot. But medicine take as much as you give it, and if you're giving something, so I think at least you should be aware of what you are giving and how you're giving it. So it will take sacrifice. So it's not gonna be like you selling yourself, or maybe you selling your sleep because this is something that you absolutely need to do. No, you do not absolutely need to stop sleeping or stop enjoying the stuff that you're doing just because you're in medical school, or maybe just because you're pre-med. No, you can still be a human being and be in medical school, or be a pre-med. Yes, you can balance it. It does take time. It might be challenging at the beginning, but yes, it's possible.
school and it's all hard, but you're like, this is my passion. You know, this is what I was telling myself. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. You know, that I chose this. Like, I'm here. I'm first of all grateful to be here, because getting into medical school is not easy at all, no matter where you are in the world. So you get into medical school, and then you're like, okay, I should be grateful to be here, you know, like I should be grateful to even be here. The fact that it's hard is like, I should have known this. Like, I should have. So I kept pushing myself. I finished first year. It was really hard, but I just said, you know, the first years are the hardest. The second year started. I was doing good. I was doing better than first year. I was working so hard. I was pushing myself. You already know, like, the techniques that help you to study. And so I was pushing myself really hard. I finished second year really, really well. And then after my last exam, I just remember being like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. Like, why am I doing this? Because usually you're supposed to have your why, you know? Why am I doing this? Oh,
that's what we're talking about. So right now we're gonna listen to the triggers, the reason that pushed her to be honest with herself right now, and help her to choose another path.
Work with kids. Your why is you want to work with kids. And I was like, yeah, thinking logically about this is not the only way to work with kids. And at the end of the day, will I be working with kids, or will I be working with their parents and their diseases? And that was huge for me. I think after a while in medical school, I really lost sight of what it feels like to be passionate about something, and I just was going through the motions. And
saying that you're going to be working with parents and diseases is something that I kind of don't like. Of course, you're going to be working with the parents because the kids, they cannot take any decision by themselves. But saying that you're going to be working with diseases is something that I'm not okay with, because you treat diseases, you're not going to be working with them. So your job is going to be come up with stuff not stuff, I will make it much more formal, but come up with treatment or regimen that will help a parent or maybe a child to manage a condition that they have. So it's not gonna be like you're working with diseases. So you kind of like make it sound like it's something that you will absolutely need to do, you absolutely need to go through. So that's what you do. So I just wanted to clarify it and tell you guys what I think about it.
Making me a little like teary-eyed, but I remember when I decided to quit, when I told myself finally that like I'm not gonna do this anymore, it was like a whole world of opportunity just opened up, and for the first time in years I felt like I have something to be excited about. You know, like I can work with kids in the hospital by making something creative for them. I can go and make videos. I can go and make art. I can go and study something that actually lights up the passion in my soul, you know? I was trying my best to be someone who just wasn't me. I never liked what I was doing. I never once picked up a book and was like, this is cool. Like even just this little fact, this is cool. Like every single time I would read something in a book, it always felt like work. I don't know how to explain it. It just always felt like, I don't want to do this. You know, like I'm doing this as a means to an end.
I can understand what she's doing right now. And I cannot talk to every pre-medical student because I'm a pre-med right now, or for every med student because I'm not a med student right now. So one thing that I do, which might sound weird, but I do it, is buying books related to medicine or biology. So I do not do it because I have to, or because I want to show off, or because I just want to have a lot of books. So I do it because I want to learn more. So for me, medicine is really interesting, and it's kind of like a door that I can open and go and learn more about anything. So there's like so many things that you can learn, and there's like so many ways that something might be related to another thing, and you might think that it's related to something else, but they are not related at all, but they're related to something else that you did not even think about. So I really enjoy I'm not gonna say the fact of disease processing, but I really like learning about how a disease processed from step A to step B to step C. So I really enjoy knowing about the process and knowing what to expect, and then knowing how to treat something. I know I'm just a pre-med right now, and I'm not gonna be doing this until 4, maybe 5 years, but there is nothing that avoid me not to start learning about it right now, and that's what I'm doing. I'm learning about it. Am I getting paid for it? No, I'm not getting paid for it. Am I enjoying what I'm doing? Yes, of course I'm enjoying what I'm doing, because every chapter of a book that I buy about related to medicine or something related to medicine is a chapter where I will learn something that I did not know before, and then I will keep for myself, and that will help me later. So that's how I think about it. And if you do not have the same feeling, it can be a red flag, because if medicine is your passion, it's something that you're really interested into. So I kind of like expect you to read books about it, or watch shows, or talk to people in the field as well, and not feel that you have to do it or it's work, but you're generally enjoying it and see it as an opportunity to learn. So that might probably be a red flag.
I think this is another really big red flag. If you feel like every single thing, and I don't mean like, oh, I don't like this certain part of histology, or I don't like this certain part of anatomy. I mean, if every single thing seems like a chore and seems just like something that you're doing, and you're not even getting a little spark of excitement, you know, a little tiny spark of excitement of like, oh my god, this is so cool. Because I would be sitting with my friends, and my friends would be like, oh, this is so cool, and I would just be sitting like, when will this be over? Like, this is so boring. I can't get through another hour of this. So hard to admit it, but when you finally admit it, it's like, my body was just like, I'm free, you know. It was crazy. It was crazy because you finally feel like you're really set free, like you can do what you want to do. And I'm so blessed to be in the situation where the people that I care about support me, and they support my decision and they accept it. So after 2 years, I had 4 more years to go, and I was just like, it's now or never, baby. And I pulled the trigger and I quit. I felt scared, terrified, but also just so relieved. I couldn't lie to everyone around me, and I couldn't lie to myself anymore. So do I think...
So I wanted to clarify something real quick. So she said that she already did 2 years and then she had 4 more years left to go. So I wanted to let you guys know that there is different system in medicine. So different countries, they have different system. So in the US it's 4 years. In other country probably it might be 6 years. But I do know from where I came from, which is Haiti. So you start medical school as soon as you're done with high school. So it's a 4 years program, but you get out early because you start around like when you're 18, 19, so you're probably gonna graduate medical school by the time that you are 19, 21, 22, 23, 23, 24 maximum. When in the US you will start medical school at 21, not 21, mostly 23, 24, because most people nowadays, they take a gap year or two to get a master, maybe a program or post-bac program, or they do other things so that they can boost the application. So there is different systems and there is different requirements. So she's talking about her system, not the US system, which is the system that I am right now.
You should quit medicine? No. Do I think you should be honest with yourself? Yeah. Do I think
Always.
Medicine is for everyone, just as I used to think? No. I think medicine is for the people who are passionate about science, about the human body, about healing diseases. I think the most important thing I have on my heart is to say that even if...
So, yes, all the things that she said are a valid reason why I should pursue medicine, but I also have other personal reason why that I want to pursue medicine. But personal reason which does not relate to what she just said. They somehow comes along with what she said, but those are not my reason. The reason why I want to pursue medicine. And I also know other people that has like totally different reason why they want to pursue medicine. So it does not really it resolve into but liking science or liking diseases or interested into the human body. Of course you will have this aspect, but you can have your other personal reason, and somewhere along the way they will come to this point. So you just need to have your personal reason and think about it enough to start the path.
Everyone around you wants you to be a doctor, and even if everyone in your life thinks that it's the right choice for you, you can't make yourself be someone. What am I gonna do next? After quitting medicine, I knew that I wanted to stay in Milan. I knew that I want to study something else. I knew that I couldn't just sit and do nothing. So I decided to go to art school, and I'm gonna be studying fashion design, which has been my passion ever since I was little. You know,
that's it. So right now she's in Milan. If she did not quit or do something else, and she's currently doing fashion design, which is something that I'm pretty interested about too, because I do some drawing sometimes, and that's one of my hobbies that I do whenever I have time. So it's pretty nice to see.
I've never developed it because I was always told that it's not a profession, it's not the right thing to do.
Yeah,
so I think I blabbered enough. This video is already 30 minutes long. So yeah, basically I'm going to fashion school, and I couldn't be more excited. And I think the thing I'm most excited about is the opportunities. And this is like making me emotional, but like the opportunities that I have now to follow my dreams and to actually do what I want to do in life. And thank God that I have the opportunity and the belief in myself to see that I can do it. So yeah, I just wanted to film this video to share my soul with someone. If anyone feels a similar way, feel free to message me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram down below. I'm super active on there, so feel free to tell me. Yeah, I decided to follow my passion and do art. I don't know if fashion design is exactly the thing that I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life, like if I'm gonna be sewing clothes or whatever, but I do know that I care about it and that it lights a sparkle in my body. You know, it makes me excited, it makes me happy. Yeah, I feel like that's the most important thing that I haven't had in the longest time. And now I do, and it's an amazing feeling. And I don't care how old you are, it's never too late. Literally never too late. You don't have to stay in something you don't like. You don't have to. You have a choice. You have a choice in this life. You have a choice whether you want to do something for you or for other people. So yeah, that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
It's so cute.
If you did, please like it and leave a comment down below. I would love to read your comment.
So that was it, guys. Pretty cool video. So I did learn some inside, and I also learned about her personal reason why she quit. And it's also really nice to see and nice to talk about, because it will expose those doubts and kind of like make them go to people who might be going through the same thing or is currently doing the same thing, and help them to take a step back and realize about the reason why they really want to do it before they actually do it, because she's an example of somebody who did not really think about it enough to pursue it. And I'm not telling her that she did anything bad or she's bad because she's not pursuing medicine right now, because it's her life, her choice. She has her own reason, and the only thing that you can do is just support her. And the comment section is pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna be cutting this video right now, and I hope that you guys are gonna be liking those kind of videos. And if you guys don't, I'm still gonna keep doing them, because I really want to learn about the reason why those people quit or what those people are doing right now, and know if possibly this is it. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this thing right now. Being funny. Bye guys.